Hey everybody, welcome back to my latest video. Today I'm going to be doing a quick follow-up on my pollination attempts from the previous video where I took this plant, pollen I think from this flower here, and I put it on these two flowers which have now dropped. So it's been maybe a little over a week since that. In that video I only pollinated this flower, and just to catch you guys up on what happened to this flower, I pollinated it with pollen from a sibling plant of this plant, which has also dropped its flower, and so that's why I'm only showing this plant right now. So after you pollinate your plant, what are signs you should look for of a successful pollination? So I talked about flower morphology in my previous video about petals and sepals, and I'm not sure if I mentioned the ovary of the plant. So if I zoom in here and focus right there, and I'll point, this part here right behind the flower, that is the ovary of the plant, of the flower I guess, and that is where the seeds will be produced. That is essentially where the sperm from the pollen travels to fertilize the eggs. And so you can see there's a really clear size difference between the flower I pollinated and the flower that I didn't pollinate. And so the first signs of successful pollination are the swelling of this ovary over there. And so it looks like this one is going to be good. And so don't be discouraged if you're pollinating things and they're not taken. As you can see, I pollinated 4 things: these 2 flowers, this flower, and then another flower on another plant, and I got 1. Sometimes it's just luck, and some species might have really tough times setting seed as well. One of my Lepanthes I've pollinated over 50 times, and I've gotten 1 successful seed capsule from that. So don't be discouraged, just keep trying again and again. You'll eventually get one. And anyways, so you can see just over a week after pollination is when you start seeing signs of a successful seed capsule. And I want to show you one that's a little further along. This one is a different species, and this one is a selfing of Masdevallia I. But you can see here, another thing is it kind of greens up a lot. So that's another sign I think you can look for to see if the pollination was successful. And so there's actually, this is good because this is a community pot I have right here. So let me move this fern out of the way. But you can compare the size of the ovary, my hand is on it right now, right there, versus the capsule it develops. This one is post 30 days, so pretty quick development. General rule of thumb is to kind of harvest these when they're either about to pop open, or if they're, I believe it's 2/3 of the way mature. It's kind of really wishy-washy on when, because everyone's growing conditions are different. The maturation rates will differ if your growing conditions are different, and of course it probably differs between species. It's good to do a quick search online to see kind of ballpark numbers, so you can be prepared. For Masdevallia, general ballpark number seems to be 3 months, 90-ish days, before people tend to sow them, and so that's how long I'll probably wait. Unless you start seeing signs that this fruit here, this is a fruit, is drying. So typically the parts that are depressed into the fruit, like the little ridges, will start changing colors, and changing to a lighter, usually beige-ish or white-ish, yellowish color, and that means it's drying up and it's about to split open. And if you want to do you're seed sowing with sterile seeds, you got to do it before the capsule opens. There are ways to sow seeds after the capsule is open, so you can collect those, but I won't be going through that in my little series, so I won't really talk about that too much. But anyways, just wanted to give a quick update on how this is going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.